in your life.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Kenny the Starmaker Bolin, and boy, has it been a day. Um, Literally dead for a little while. When they put you to sleep, it is a recovery period. We'll get into that in a little bit. I'm on a brand new computer tonight. My son upgraded me to I think it's called an iMac Mini, something like that. It is maybe 1/15th, 1/20th the size of the one I had. And it just looks weird looking over there and seeing no big ass computer as you guys were used to seeing in the past. It's just a little, it's about the size of a, big ass bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich with a lot of meat on it. I mean, that's about how big it is. But it's supposedly about 15, 20 times faster than the Windows I had. And my Windows was starting to get a little older. It was, probably pushing 6, 7 years old, I guess, from the manufacturer's date, because hell, it was a year or two old on the manufacturer's date when I bought it off Amazon. Yeah, technically it was new, but the manufacturer's date, and even back then I paid like $1,100 for it. Well, this iMac Mini was on sale, and Chris got it and wasn't. It just wasn't what he was looking for. He wanted the iMac, like a 17-inch iPad or something like that. So he went with that instead. And as a little early birthday present, I got presented with the iMac Mini today. And it's a learning curve. I'm still learning some shit. I still got a few apps I have to learn how to put on here. iMacs and iPads are not particularly friendly with some apps. So I'm going to have to learn a few things and get adjusted to it. There's a couple of little features on here that I could not do on the old computer. So we'll experiment with that. And oh, by the way, Bob is having some microphone issues. He's trying to get his microphone adjusted properly. I was having camera issues. I wasn't even sure if I was going to do a show tonight. I thought I was going to have to do it in audio because the camera kept freezing. And it was a brand new computer and the goddamn camera won't work right. And because it was working right when Chris was here helping me get it set up and everything. And then we get ready about an hour early. I click in to see if I can get into StreamYard or not. And the camera just kept freezing. And then I'd come in here and there'd be a black. It was just. Then I just rebooted everything, started over, and everything's fine. As always, plus my iPad Mini, took an update before the show starts. So maybe that helps with shit. But yeah, we got a few different things we're going to try. So you're back.
Test. Can we actually hear me?
I think you're a touch loud on my end.
All right. How's that? Is that any better?
Not too bad. That's not too bad right there.
All right. So yeah, my microphone's on one of those swinger arms like you have.
Yeah. Mine falls over down in
lift off the desk altogether, and I'm like having to hold the mic to keep it from crashing into my desk, and it's just it was ugly.
Well, this has been such an adventurous day. Man, when you come out from underneath that anesthesia, I've been snapping at everybody today. I thought it would make me laid back and drowsy and just wanted to sleep and everything. I still had work to do when I got home, got a little bit of that done. Then Eunice, I thought it was more her teacher's fault than it was Eunice's, but they charged them for fucking paper to do their test.
That is insane. That is
$9. They have to pay $9 to be able to take their test.
Every time I learn more about something going on in the Philippines.
And I was snapping at Eunice. I was, well, you should have saved more money. Well, maybe we should have bought this instead of that. Well, if you don't think you have to pay for the paper, I get, So God, it was.
Well, one of our other regulars, one of our other regulars is like, I borrowed 500 pesos. I only have to pay back 1,000 next week.
Pay back
100% interest for 1 week. Are you kidding me?
So did she get out of that, or
she did? No, I took care of it so that they could pay it back.
I was hoping. I didn't know if she'd borrowed it yet or not, or if she just gave the money back the end of the year.
Well, she had borrowed the money. I sent her what she needed to pay that back, and apparently her laptop screen has broken. She can't do her job with a laptop screen. So she did do some shopping around, try to find a very inexpensive external monitor because it costs somewhere around 8,000 pesos or almost $200.
What did you say she bought? What did you say she bought?
She bought an external monitor for her laptop because that screen was not working.
Well, Bob, I think that calls for a celebration.
Oh my God.
Like I said, this thing does a couple of things the other one didn't do. And it has reactions. Well, I didn't know what the hell it was until
next thing you do, you're starting playing bumper sounds like the other show.
I watch, as you know, I watch a little of the TikTok.
Yeah.
And there's the cutest little Chinese girl, the cutest thing in the world. And I don't know what she's doing because she speaks 90% Chinese and she's got a laugh track over everything she says and does. And I said, why do you have a laugh track? Oh, you mean this? And then she, yeah, what? Why is there a fucking laugh? And there's a lot of them that have that. A lot of them have laugh tracks. And there must be 75,000 DJs out of work because they're all on TikTok.
Yes. I think a lot of times they'll play the laugh track because that will play over, like if they play a video or they play music.
Oh, they're not doing that. She's just doing whatever, and everything requires.
They just stared at the screen like those five.
Did you hear my mother died? Did you hear my mother died today? Okay, all right. I guess for some people it may have meant.
Take my wife, please.
Yeah, exactly. And you know Eunice, and she went through this thing. So Eunice, if you're watching the show, or whomever my Filipino people out there that you just know I love so much, I've never been able to do this for you before, but tonight we're going to do it. Oh, there you go.
So,
part of the features of the iMac. I'm just it does the
crowd.
Bob,
folks are watching.
I will not put up with Oli tonight because that's what we're going to get.
You give him a thumbs down.
And if we talk about Jerry the King Lawler, we'll give the okay.
How about Kenny the King Bolin?
Well, that requires big balloons. Big balloons if we do that.
Wow.
No, I deserve better than that. Baby, I'm a fire.
You get pyro during your instance. You must be a big deal.
During my podcast. Man, that's pretty cool. I didn't know we'd do that. A lot of this shit, guys, I'm just learning as we go. What's this one do? Woo!
A laser light show.
Oh, that's a Triple H must be coming in. That must be Triple H. And this could be interesting. Oh, if we don't get that on the post the other day, we just needed that on the post. I think that's all of them. Thumbs up, thumbs down. With the confetti. That's good confetti right there. And then, pyro. That's the laser. This one must be there we go. Okay. So it's just, and it also does backgrounds. It's got like 4 or 5, and then you can upload, but see, that's one thing. What's that app we have that lets us be on the poach or?
XCam.
That is not in here. That was kind of loaded into my Windows. So I got to find a way to get some of my other shit. My Logitech Brio app. I guess I got to figure out a way to get that in here. They want you to have all Apple shit. They don't really make it too easy.
XSplit is now available for the Mac OS. So
is it? XSplit is?
Yes.
Okay, good. Finally somebody spoke. I guess they saw enough pyro and hearts and thumbs. And
I was going to say, if the audience isn't going to participate, we aren't going to be here long.
No, we won't be here long because we have to make $60 in 30 minutes tonight to hang around because I'm coming off anesthesia. I've been snapping at people left and right. The dogs have been yelled at. Maintenance came here today. I had a town meeting last night with some of the tenants. We all had some complaints. So I filed my complaints. And they came and fixed all my shit. I wanted my windows cleaned. My outside windows hadn't been cleaned in 9 years, Bob. I only lived here 7. And I wanted my outside windows cleaned because they're up high. I can't reach them. So they came here today and fixed them. A gutter that blew out, not a gutter, but a drain pipe that extended from the gutter had been loose here since the hot days of the summer. I've been telling every 2 weeks, we'll have somebody over there in a couple of weeks. We're going to have them fix the roof and your gutter at the same time. No sense paying them to come try. Okay, I can wait 2 weeks. It's just a fucking drain pipe. But then the drain pipe blew off a couple of days ago, hit a little girl in the shoulder. At least that's the story. And it's like my book. It may or may not be true. But he's a big scammer. Huh. God, I think I read about that in my own book about me. Yeah, I think I did. Thank God for the marks, Bob. Thank God for the marks. Well, that's loud. That's loud.
Yeah, that was weird.
Oh, it took me a little while to figure out how to put. Well, look, I'm glad you're in here because people ask about you all the time, and you have really bailed us out of some tight positions on this show a few times.
Yeah,
and I said, you know what? CC never comments anymore. He hardly ever comments, and I wish CC would come in here and leave it. And here he is. So let's see, Bob King. How do the
talent know when it's time to be eliminated in the Rumble, or do they just know who will eliminate them? I assume the referees are
they're wired
responsible for a lot of the communication.
Yeah,
going on there.
And they got referees inside and out. And as you notice, you got to be thrown over the top rope. And if you slide under or just don't bother to get in the ring like Ludwig Kaiser or whatever his name is. Well, did I say his name right?
Kaiser, yeah.
Whatever.
So I did.
I'm not trying to insult the man. Or maybe
I was very much a mark here. This was my Royal Rumble.
I've never done that in my life.
That shows who got in, when they came in, when they got thrown out, and who threw them out.
That I heard, couple of records
in the women's side for sure. There were actually 3 women that broke the record for the longest stay.
I was only in one elimination match in my life, and believe it or not, that was with Jason Sanderson in Nashua, New Hampshire. And listen to the talent that was in this thing. Ox Baker, not Hawk, but Animal, Coco Beware, Butcher Vachon, Ted DiBiase. I mean, just a cast of fucking all-stars and me. And even worse, my son's first ever professional wrestling match. He was because they didn't have any age restrictions there. Here in Kentucky, he had to be 18. He was only 17, maybe 16. And he managed his first match up there in Maine. And then he was in the Battle Royal with all those fucking, and I'm probably leaving people out. We had a little bit of everybody up there. Played in the celebrity softball game up there. Me and my son were in the Battle Royal, and they got Chris. And they chased me down. They ran me around the school that we were in, that we had this fundraiser in. And they wanted to beat the shit out of me with chops. And I could run pretty good back then. There's Miss Chris. How you doing, Miss Chris? Female Chris, that is. Mm-hmm. And, Malali, however we pronounce her name, if I'm doing it correctly, wanted me to mention her on the show tonight. And her daughter turns 4 years old on February the 12th. And as you know, we do our best to do what we can with a little something for kids on their birthday. Sometimes it's only maybe 500-600 pesos. The younger kids. Well, the cutoff line these days is 12. If you're a teenager, well, fuck, I had one birthday party since I was 16. Get the fuck over it. Yeah. There's some of you out there that are 45 years old with the number 45 gold balloons, banners, fucking 6 cakes, eight pots of spaghetti, and going, y'all have better goddamn birthday than I got. So sorry. I'm going to buy yours and not mine. CC, if we're doing our best, but basically, just not to reveal all the magic, the referee gives you a good idea when it's time for you to get the F out. That's he will let them know who's involved. Find a way to get your ass out of here. And normally in the back, there's a pretty good fucking idea. And if some of the old schoolers, I'll get out when I'm ready. So
yeah,
just don't win it. Don't win it. It might get down to a battle of wills. Hello, Kenny. Did you get my donation? Well, I would have wrote you, and I did it to shut you the hell up at me.
Well, you're working on saying goodbye already.
Yeah, you must think $100 gets you a lot of stroke with me. I don't know. Well, you did make the promise, and then you didn't do it. And then a month later, you did. So I wouldn't come in here that aggressive, though. You should. Here's what I would do, Billy, if I were you. If you wanted to be a part of this show, because you've already alienated a few people, if you want to be a part of this show, say, Kenny, I'm so sorry that I lied to you. I'm so sorry that I let a woman take advantage of me for $300. And I told you I didn't give her anything. So I lied to you more than once. I sent you the 100, Kenny. Did you get it? I hope you forgive me. And I'd be much more better with that and say, hey, Billy, we all make mistakes. God damn it, welcome back. If you look in the mirror and know that you shouldn't have that woman, probably go along with it. I'm not a horrible looking fucking guy, but there's a limit as to what I can get as far as female companionship goes, and you got to realize that. So, but that's a touch aggressive. I'm going to give you that one because you might not know no better, but now you do. Bob, what's going on in the background over there? What do I keep hearing?
Oh, I'm just doing some crack research.
Crack research, okay.
Or so I'm on crack. One of the two.
Billy, I did get your donation, and but if you remember, I'd already promised your money to a bunch of people, and I had to pay myself back. So we didn't get to help any extra people because I'd already given your money away that you promised me, and that's why I was a little irked because I trusted you, and then you didn't tell me the truth, and I spent the $100 helping these people out of money I didn't really have. So you kind of put me in a bad way. So I think I'm being awfully nice. And I would have let you know on Facebook, but apparently you have me blocked on your Facebook accounts because I couldn't tell you thank you. I tried, but both of your accounts, I don't know why you have so many. Are you happy with Jay? Man, I'm glad. There's another one. I'm glad. And he had no clue that I wanted to talk about this. Bob, and y'all know I'm a bit of a crier. I had to write Mr. Cena after the show. I cried like a fucking baby because I was so happy with that fucker because I was one of the ones that wrote him off when he's talking about no one gave him a chance. Me and Chris were two of them, 2 or 3 years ago. Like, God damn, they're only here because they're Roman's brother. And Roman ain't that fucking over, before the tumor, before the leukemia or whatever. Yeah, leukemia.
Yeah, it was leukemia, right?
And none of the three of them were really all that over. Roman had that. That was the old X-Pac heat. We're sick of you.
Oh,
no way.
Yeah.
Bob
Vince
remembers
pushing him down.
And to see Jey go from where and how emotional he was. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I thought Cena was winning and he was getting ready to do the FU on the apron. They got me. And I managed the boy. And Mr. Cena Seniors, I think, got him. Because everybody knew that Cena was back to main event WrestleMania and win that belt for the 17th time. That's the only fucking reason he's back anyway. So to see Cena in that particular moment do the right thing, because John's already told everybody, this is it. Last Rumble, last Torture Chamber, last WrestleMania. These are all last Royal Rumble. These are all the last one. That was the fucking right thing to do. And Pat McAfee, who politically I disagree with, he had that fucking racist piece of shit Hogan on his show when nobody else wants him anywhere near their TV shows. I heard they threw fruit at him in California on top of all the shit that went down at the arena. They had to take him off the San Antonio show because even San Antonio, no offense, Bob, even San Antonio, Texas says, no, it's all right. We don't need your racist ass here. They didn't mention his name on that show after billing him as basically being the star of that show. His name wasn't mentioned. Shawn Michaels, who rightfully should have been the featured attraction of that show. San Antonio is his fucking hometown. Where's CM Punk from? Where's his hometown?
Chicago.
Yeah, well, you think I'd know that by now, wouldn't you? They normally feature him. So yeah, I was so happy. I said, when he started crying, I started crying. And I mean big fucking tears. And then I see Cena come out. And then, but before Cena got there, I don't know if y'all watched the post show or not, but Jey said, man, those people were going crazy. And me and Cena standing there staring at each other. And I couldn't hear anything except John talking to me. I said, he ain't about to reveal what John was saying, is he? And he did. And it was the best thing that's ever been done for the wrestling business. John.
Well, and then I don't know if you've seen Raw yet. Jey was extraordinarily emotional.
Yes. 19 minutes before he spoke a word.
Yeah.
19 minutes of entrance.
I wasn't sure whether he was emotional or just blown up from all that eating.
Well, a lot of it was blown up. A lot of it was blown up. Then the emotions hit. But let me get back to John. Jey said, I couldn't hear anything but John. I'm thinking, well, surely the guy ain't going to say what John said. Like, we got to do this. No, he said, before they got to all that, John said, I'm happy it's you. I'm happy for you. And that, fuck, how did he go on? Knowing that John, who y'all can put all these fucking accolades on however many people you want, Cena's been about as over and as big a deal and as big a draw and as big a movie star as anybody, right along there with The Rock. And for him to just stand there and just pass that torch, and y'all look at Cena. Cena could go a lot more fucking years if he wanted to. There's a lot of 70-year-old men fucking hanging around the business for no fucking reason. Cena could go 10, 15 more years if he wanted. At least 10. But
sure,
he's called it. But when he said, I'm happy it's you, I'm happy for you. I'm glad it's you. That just, man, that meant so much to me. And then the post-conference comes. And then Cena says, you know what? I've been giving to this business for 25 years. And I gave again tonight. And even Pat McAfee said, if John Cena shows up and decides he's going to win the Rumble, I'm not trying to expose everything here. John Cena's going to win the goddamn Rumble. You know? Ain't nobody going to tell him different. Oh, I'm here. I'm winning the Rumble, by the way. I tell you who used to do that in indie towns was Dan Severn. Dan Severn, who's the champion? So-and-so. Well, he won't be when I'm done. And we can do that the easy way or the hard way. And I'll be back and I'll give you belt back eventually. But it'll mean something that I've got it. And when you get it back, but right now it don't mean shit. So we're going to make you belt mean something. And Cena told him he remembered Jay's first tour. And now the crowd was for him. Jey, like I said, Jey and Jimmy Uso both had lost a ton of confidence because they thought they were going to be tag team wrestlers forever. And so I called John Cena, his dad, right after the show because number one, I wanted to know what movie John was working on in Hungary because I think they have a dictatorial leadership over there, if I remember correctly, in Hungary. He's well, then again, so do we. So what the fuck am I talking about?
Elon's in Hungary now.
Well, give him time. It didn't take him long to go to Germany after he gave the Hitler salute to speak to a bunch of right wingers, so extreme right wingers. So I called Mr. Cena and I told him, I said, man, I said, you're his father. I said, I have never been more proud of your son than what I was tonight. Not only to do the right thing tonight, but then to come out in that post conference, pretty emotional himself, and said, I've been given to this business for 25 years. And now, and I've always done what's right for business. And what is right for business now is for me to be in the elimination chamber. Because I thought he was going to say, you know what? I've reevaluated everything. And I know I was going to do this tour. And you know what? Tonight is it. I'm done. I'm done. I was expecting that.
Well, so I'm thinking, I'm trying to think of this. I'm looking at John's tour, right? How's it going to work out?
I tell you who else was real emotional too was Biggie. Biggie was very good. Biggie said, man, Jey Uso didn't have a car. I had to drive to all the towns for several years. Yeah. He's been in this business 15 years. Y'all act like he's been here 2 or 3. Yeah. He's been around a long time.
You know, I'm trying to look at this tour. How's it going to play out?
You know everybody, and I'm connected with everybody. I've never met Jey or Jimmy Uso, and I've never met Roman. But it would be an honor to do so because they are good fucking people from what I've heard from everybody that's ever worked with them. So go ahead.
Right. So I'm thinking, how's John obviously giving him that 17th title win? It's going to happen, right? That's going to happen.
If he's hanging around, that's what he's earned.
Well, I tell you, yeah. So you give it to him at WrestleMania or you give it to him at SummerSlam, one of the two, right?
Yeah.
And then you let him drop it somewhere along the way so he can go out.
He's been hanging around about a year or so.
The one thing I wasn't sure about would be
what if they had on that belt. That's for damn sure.
What if they had John win Money in the Bank?
I have this focused on. There's an option on here for regular sound or focused sound, and I have it on focus. Does it sound much of any different? Or?
It sounds okay. I mean, usually when you turn your head, it loses a little bit of like.
Is it losing it tonight?
When you turn away.
Yeah, because if it's
it's
unfocused,
not as.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, if you think I should change it, let me know. If not, we'll leave it where it is.
I guess my question would be
donations while you tell your story.
I guess my question would be: do you see John getting into Money in the Bank? Like, why would John Cena put his body on the line in a ladder match?
No, I do not think he will be there.
Yeah, well, I mean, he may be there. He won't be in that match.
Well, yeah, he's not going to be. No, I would be very, very shocked unless he just has some fucking reason.
Well, just watching the match with Cody and Kevin, and again, I've said this multiple times, many times before. I am shocked that we have not had a death or a permanent disability paralysis of someone as a result of a ladder match. I know the ladders, some of the ladders are gimmicked for you to go through them, but when they did that fish hook slam off the top rope,
I need to point out real quick, we've been here 30 minutes.
26.
26, excuse me. And we do not have one donation. Not one. And we got the young lady that would like a little something for her kid's birthday, Laylali, or however you pronounce it. I know I'm fucking
Malali.
Go ahead, producer. I hit it there. Your singing sucks, so let's cut that.
Thank you.
And that's my producer. That's my producer over here. So her daughter turns 4, the 12th, and she would like a little something for her birthday. Oh, there's a name I haven't seen in a little bit. The pasta tart. Hey, now I sent something. You didn't get it, honey. I don't. Let me refresh my phone. Oh, my bad. I was on other emails and no donations go there. So I apologize. We have.
I did not know what.
Zach Bonner, I'm going to start at the bottom, work my way up. I was on. My thing has focused emails and other, and I was accidentally on other, and I'm looking like 4 shitty emails and nothing even. So, honey, I'm so sorry. And I had accidentally blocked Pasta Tart. I don't know who I was trying to block.
Becky, probably.
I'm going to send her a link today to the show, and I look and it says, "Would you like to unblock this?" What the hell? So I didn't know. I didn't let you know I donated when I arrived. Oh, okay. Well, no, you did not. So Zach Bonifer has donated $10.66.
Thank you, Zach.
Randy Satterley has donated $15. Randy's one of our regulars that does such a good job with us. CC. He never, because of CC had asked so many questions. A little strange. CC hadn't done anything at all. CC has made a 45. This is one of the most unusual challenges we got. A $45 challenge. And I tell you what, that damn near got mad. Between Naughty Nicole and Mr. Satterley, they have matched that 45 because Satterley did 15. And Miss Nicole, I guess, was so appreciative that I unblocked her today, has donated 30. So between the two,
there you go.
So and Nicole, I swear I would have absolutely no reason to block you. Hell, you donated $30 or $40 not long ago. And
so
then she must think I'm a dick. Oh, here's the thanks for the money.
CC, and we got Zach, and we got Pasta Tart, and we got Tyler C from the
NC. Didn't ask anybody for anything until just now. And I look down at the Bob, and I bet you all of them are going, "What do you mean you ain't got no goddamn donations?" We've all donated.
We want that money back.
And so thank you guys so much. And Tyler TC from the NC with $10.
Well, there you go.
TC so from the NC. So do some quick math, Bobby Bob.
Well, given that
Jelly Bean asked me what I was doing right now, so apparently she ain't watching the show.
Yeah, well, who's that you're talking about? I'm not sure who you mean. We have.
Did you know I had blocked
45, 90, 100, $110.66.
110 and 30. Well, I guess we're going to be here for a little bit, Bob. We're here.
So what did you think about Charlotte Flair winning the match?
I'm going to go into that a little bit. Me and my son had plenty to say about that. We're going to talk a lot about wrestling tonight, if that's what you want to hear, because there's a lot going on. I'm telling you, man, I sat here about 1:30 in the morning, and seen as a night owl like I am. Big tears, just emotional. over how that went with Jey and John. It was just one of the sweetest things around. I mean, there's so much shit that goes on in wrestling. I mean, I was there 32 years, and
ask Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. And also, I'm so proud of so many. I told I sound like who's the guy that wants to make you aware that Donald Trump's his father? Not Donnie, but the other one, Eric. My father. Well, my son. If you would have told me in the year 2000, or maybe even 2002, when we had the cream of the crop at OVW, and then maybe 2004, 2005, 2006, we're getting The Miz, Drew McIntyre, Wade Barrett. Look at all the people that have a great fucking job in the WWE. And we were supposed to produce 1 or 2 stars a year. That's what the company, not me. That's what the company was supposed to. If you can produce us 1 or 2 a year, oh, that'd be great. And then in that era, you've got Mark Henry, who could still be a star on WWE, doing whatever. They need to give the man a job if he wants one. He might not want one. But if he wants a job, they need to give him one. The Big Show. There's always room for the Big Show to do something. I think
the Big Show's still under contract at AEW.
Well, it probably won't be long. A lot of people, when the Titanic sinks, a lot of people don't want to go down with the rats. Is all I'll tell you. And Wade Barrett, what a fucking job he's done as announcer, OVW boy. Drew McIntyre, and I give him some shit. So does Dutch Mantel, but the motherfucker has stayed relevant and featured in matches for a long fucking time. And then The Miz, 16th or 17th Rumble, second most of any WWE star ever. The Miz, who they wanted to run out of there on a rail when he got there. Taker hated him, made him dress out in the fucking hallway, and Miz wasn't going to whip anybody up there. There's nobody up on that roster Miz could whip. So, but he toughed it out and stayed. If he pops off, he's going to get his ass beat by about anybody in that fucking. Can you imagine if a Scott Steiner, Rick Steiner, Undertaker, just Mark, anybody, if he pops off to them, what they're going to Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bradshaw, Layfield? Oh my God, and he lasted. And then the women, Maurice, Mickie James. Well, I mean, Aldous is there. I don't know why they don't have something for Mickie James to do. She is so popular.
She's just not wanting to work right now.
Yeah, could be.
Because you think absolutely there's a spot for her if she wants it.
Guys, we've gotten off to such a good start tonight. We got a couple of nice challenges. $30 challenge from Nicole, $45 challenge from the CC. And CC, you and I need to have a talk one of these days. Because I think there's a possibility, as I match names up, you and my brother might have more in common than I thought. And we might have to talk about that. Because you know Mr. CC's last name, right?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a possibility that there could be something there. And I could be wrong. I mean, it's. But so Pasta Tart, you did know that I blocked you because I didn't. I found out today when I was getting ready to send you a link to the show. And I had the writer say, I don't know who I was after, but it wasn't you. But sometimes you see a name, and then but the name you see is not the name that comes up on your screen to block. So I don't know if I look any different, feel any different, sound any different. It's on a brand spanking new computer. The iMac Mini, supposedly 20 times faster, 20 times better than the one I had. I was going to leave them both hooked up because I was concerned about passwords and all that shit. But fortunately, when you put your Google account in, it saves most everything. I've had to get creative. I had to write Bob. That's trust. Bob knows several of my passwords. That is true. You think I'd let my brother have my fucking password? Then I'd be broke. There's no way to give him any of my passwords. So I had to write Bob today to get a couple of my passwords. And he was right. I tried like 7 different passwords. Bob, did you try this one? That's the one. So
well, there you go.
It worked out. And good news on the thing I'm so proud of here. We've been working on the we are now a incorporation or corporation. I think she phrased it. We're now officially a corporation we will officially be a nonprofit. Me and the young lady with the government, who's also been fearing for her fucking job with all this stupid shit's been going on. It nearly jeopardized what I've been working on because all that shit happened the day that we were putting all this together, finalizing it. That's when everybody got those fucking
all those notices. Yeah.
Telling them to resign. Apparently 20,000 people agreed to resign. But she says there's another 150,000 said, get fucked, we're going to sue you. And she's one of them. She says, we think we're going to get a big check out of this just due to the harassment. And a lot of it's on fucking Elon. Now, if it was anything like anything else in the government, it's going to take for fucking ever to get paid. But no, it's just ridiculous what's going on. And a lot of it was affecting me getting the nonprofit going. I mean, Meals on Wheels got paused. Line Heap, electric assistance for old people like me. And some of them even more financially strapped than I am sometimes. And, you know, I'll find a way to get the goddamn electric bill paid one way or the other. A lot of people out there can't. You know, a lot of people ain't big famous podcaster like me that could ask Postmaster, hey, would you pay my $197 electric bill for me?
Rent out Scooby for the weekend.
You can block my ass again, motherfucker. What you can do. Block me. So anybody's welcome to say something. I've been talking to Postmaster. Maybe Postmaster went to bed.
Maybe she blocked you in retaliation.
So I'd have blocked me. She might have sent me $30 and blocked me. That'll do it. But thank you, CC. You and Postmatart and Zach and TC from the NC and then Mr. Satterley got us off to a real good start. So what did you say we had in the house? 115?
110.66.
110. If we could get to 150 tonight, man, that would be great.
Oh, now there is a name we have not seen in a while.
No. Now I see her all the time. She sends me funny videos on Facebook.
She never saw it. Just like other folks, no one bothers to say
hello. She blocked you. That you were a bit off-putting.
Yeah,
and mean to good.
I live in Texas, so I have to be a racist automatically.
Well, you can't. You know, there's only so good you can be. Well, you know what? Now that is that option still there? With Roy in here, I mean, goddamn. What is what you call it?
Now it's time to kill Facebook. Right, that's what you're saying. As soon as Rory shows up. Let's leave it up.
What does Rory get? Fireworks, confetti, pyro. What do we give Rory?
Give Rory the fireworks.
He gets fireworks. Or Rory. There you go, Rory. This is for you in case you weren't watching her. Look at that. New feature here on the alley. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's it. That's all we got. Give her another round. Well, all right. We're going to have to work on that. Need a little bit more pyro. Okay, I'll leave that there. It's not in the way. I just go up there and click that. But that is part of the iMac feature. It's got the and I knew something was up because I go on FaceTime. You and I can now FaceTime each other. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
We always could because I've always had an iPhone.
But yeah.
But you can do it from your computer, supposedly.
You know what? I've been looking at picking up an iMac or a Mac Mini. One of those
I tell you what, if you're, I don't know how big is the computer you got now? You got a big one.
Yeah, well, this computer that I'm using right now is a desktop. It's under the desk. It's a tower.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what mine is.
Sits on the floor under the desk.
I'm going to try to find some use out of it in the bedroom and hook it to the 70-inch monitor that's in there. Costco
ship it to Vanessa because she could always use.
Vanessa could always use another. Well, I wish it didn't cost more than the goddamn thing's worth. But yeah, I would. I mean, if I can find somebody locally that could get some good use out of it, that'd be something. But I probably need to get me another table like I have here, set it in front of the fireplace in the bedroom, and just maybe have a second place to do podcasting from. Have bedroom days, living room. Yeah, I don't know. Just looking for something to do with it. But no, I want to learn with the iMac Mini. There's still a lot to learn how to get more apps that I want to have on here. But it is it's pretty good. I mean, it's faster, cleaner, no glitches like I've been used to. All that hesitation and shit, and my computer just shutting down for no damn reason. The only thing it does I don't like is that if you leave a screen unattended for a while, it just logs you out. Yeah. And then you got to come back and type in your password.
There are things you can do to just change that. There's some settings that you can make. I'm not as familiar with Macintosh's PC because I've used PCs, but I had a Mac way back in the old
Oh, did you?
Back when it was like the all-in-one units, you know, when they were all like one big piece.
I think Rory liked the fireworks there, and
yeah.
so yeah, we'll shoot. We'll hang around here at least another 30 minutes because we've been here what 40 minutes. We'll hang around at least another 30, and if we could raise a few more bucks here to help these families out, that would be great. Oh, so I'll give you an update. I got my scope done today. Get in there at 8 o'clock in the morning. I think they finally wheeled me back 9-ish by the time they took my blood pressure and got hooked up to IVs. And there's my little medical bracelet. You don't get in the hospital without one of those. You got to have one of those so they know who you are. What's your birthday? What's your birthday, sir? You know it's on my chart. Sir, do you know your birthday? Yes, I do. And I kept giving them a lot of smart-ass answers today.
What is it? I'm not telling you.
My nurse was Filipino, and then I said, well, honey, I said, I'm going to win you over right now because I need special treatment today. And the thing I'm getting ready to say to you means I get special treatment the rest of the day. Oh, really? Do you know Filipinos? I said, all I can tell you, my dear, is mahal kita. Oh, my God. Oh, you just told me you love me. I said, no shit. And I was in a mood by the time I got there. And then told her about some of the cities that we help here. And so I got top-notch treatment after that. And she said she'd been in the country for 20 years and said there were a lot of Filipino nurses that work there. And I met a few of them. And they thought it was pretty cool what we do on this show. So that was nice. But from what I understand, for the nonprofit, we will have our nonprofit tax exempt number. Now I know what a TIN is. Well, we'll get the TIN tax exempt number, I guess.
Get the 10, yeah.
The 10, yeah. So you said we should have that no longer than 2 weeks if Elon Musk doesn't find a way to fuck it up, because he's sure working on fucking a lot of shit up. Did not mean to block Pasta Tart, obviously. And Roy, we're just hanging in there. Almost shocked to see you in here. I didn't know we was ever going to see you on a live show again.
Yeah, and her work schedules had problems. But
yeah, thanks so much for getting us off to a good start tonight. We appreciate that. And we did find out you still cannot use StreamYard in Safari because my son wanted me to just use Safari. And thought we were going to kind of reset the algorithms with a brand new YouTube channel and shit like that. But with StreamYard, you can't use Safari. So, but we think we got some ideas. And so hopefully within 2 weeks, we will officially be a nonprofit, but we are incorporated, got our paperwork today. All that's been approved. All that's been paid for. The next step is just waiting for the IRS to grant us our tax exempt number, regardless to what some people out there say.
Some people have to say.
Some people. Let's see. Any other questions that you guys have? And like I said, if we could raise another not from the people that have already donated, obviously.
Sure.
But for some of you out there, like an Edge Copeland who wants that Undertaker picture. I haven't auctioned off any pictures in a while. We're going to have to do that again soon. Round up my pictures. I got a friend that he did order a Bill Dundee t-shirt and autograph picture, which I either get that damn thing in the mail in a day or two or drive it out to Oldham County and give it to him. His son's birthday is on February 11th. He wants to have it then. Mayla Lee, her daughter's birthday, February 12th. Eunice is taking exams right now. She says it feels weird to be 18 and one more year of school left. She's got 2 or 3 of her friends there that have just turned 18, and they're all going to be graduating next year, hopefully going to college. Honey Rose will be in her senior year of college next year at the age of 23 by the time she hits that. And so I don't know. It's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on with the kids and a lot of flu going around here in Louisville, Bob. They had almost 200 kids calling sick for school yesterday. Is there much of a flu outbreak down there in Texas, or is this?
There is quite the flu outbreak down here. Yeah,
I have not had the flu.
The bird flu.
Well, you got that too. I haven't. Did you see that Waffle House put a 50-cent surcharge on all egg orders? Above and beyond another 50 cents if you order egg. You order 2 eggs.
Egg prices have gone through the roof. Yeah.
Well, I remember wasn't long ago I was going to Aldi and paying $1.39 for eggs, and I kept hearing about all these $3 a dozen eggs, $4 a dozen eggs, and couldn't find them. Most I was paying anywhere was like $2.39 at Walmart. Now you're hard pressed to find a dozen eggs for under $4 right now.
Well, and I saw someone just earlier this week, or maybe late last week. They'd gone to Mexico, and there's like eggs. Yeah,
Everywhere.
they're like, and they're nothing. $1.15 a dozen. It's ridiculous.
Which tells you that if you wanted to import your eggs, you probably could.
It would cost 200% extra tariff now, probably.
Well, by the time the evil dictator gets done pissing off every ally we got,
I have
never seen anything even remotely like what we're going through right now. I know I got several relatives that are leaving the country, several Mexican relatives that, we're not going to sit here and end up in some fucking camp or prison when we're fucking legally here. We're welcome in Mexico. We'll just fucking go back there. I got really sick during I remember you told me that you got sick there for a little bit. I had the sepsis there back in October. Was it October I got that? I think. And Dutch had it
maybe, yeah.
Or I did. And so you were going to talk about Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
What was your question about Charlotte?
Well, what did you think about the
Crockett
winning? Yeah,
Crockett.
And who would you have had to win instead?
Well, that's a harder question. It wouldn't have been her because, as John Cena said, I haven't asked for anything around here because in a reasonable time frame, I haven't earned it. He kept pointing out when the last time he'd won a match was. Mm-hmm. Charlotte Flair had not earned the right to come back and be the fucking Royal Rumble champion. And she thought she was going to get some babyface attention in, was Atlanta? Cleveland.
She was in Raw, yeah.
Yeah, she thought she was going to get, because I love you. And she kept doing everything she could to turn that promo babyface, and it was not working. And I think they had to call that on the fly, like, they don't fucking like you.
Yeah, I was convinced that she went out there with two promos in her mind. One, if they gave her a babyface reaction, and another if they gave her a heel reaction.
Well, anybody that's been around as long as she has, with the breeding that she's got, better know how to do that. Yeah. Because sometimes it just happens. Like with Hogan and Rock. And because Hogan and Rock knew what to do, they made it work. Right. Because that was not supposed to go the way that it went. It was not supposed to go that way. But no, Charlotte, I was sitting there just dying because, number one, she didn't deserve to win the damn thing anyway. She took off damn near 2 years. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you're out 2 years, everybody else has been fucking working their ass off. Everybody else is trying to gain some positioning in the company. Everyone else would like that recognition. And for her to just lay out for 2 fucking years, threatening not to come back, wanted to be with her husband. Then they announced yesterday her and her husband were divorced. Anybody heard why? Because that was one reason she was going to leave. She wanted to go be with her husband. Then her husband comes back to WWE. And yesterday, after Raw was over, they posted that they had gotten a divorce, but I didn't hear of any reasons why, unless you had.
I hadn't seen that, no.
I found out, not from Chris Schmidt for a change, but my son actually had heard that.
TMZ reported on Monday, court records obtained show Flair filed for divorce from Andrade in June, and a judge signed off for it in October.
I thought maybe he filed against her because he just was no longer fond of divorce.
He kept looking at her face and said, "I'm not kissing Ric Flair anymore."
Nay. Oh, there's been many of them say that. Oh, and before there's any arguments about it, in case you haven't watched the Royal Rumble, I also got tears in my eyes because I was so fucking happy for Alexa Bliss. For her to be out as long as she was.
She is taken after her father. That's her third divorce.
Is that her third? Who else did she married to?
She was married to Ricky Johnson from 2010 to 2013.
Ahmed Johnson.
Yeah, something like that. And then a wrestler named Tom Latimer from 2013 to 2015.
Got me on that one. Hey, give those jobbers a shot, right?
Yes.
No. Oh, there's my sweet. Well, that's Angela. That's
Tom Latimer's a British.
Bless his heart.
Works with the NWA now.
But before anybody says anything, Charlotte had filed. Yeah. Well, Roy, you know Roy. She's our crack researcher.
Well, she's our version of TMZ.
Stated. Well, it was like when somebody asked Handsome Jimmy. They said, "Handsome Jimmy, why did you hit that guy for no reason?" He said, "No, I have a reason. The reason was to blouse his eye." Sam Miniker, he had a reason. Wanted to blouse his eye.
It's very sweet.
3 divorces. How many championships has Charlotte had? She going for as many divorces as she has championships?
I think she's like an 8 or 9 time champion. It's ridiculous.
No, but now was I the one that said I don't want to, because I somebody said, I thought it was me, but maybe someone else said it too. I don't want to kiss Ric Flair.
Yeah, you said that.
That was me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's to put the heat on someone else. But no, I don't. I don't want to kiss Ric Flair.
Yeah, so I mean, Alexa Bliss came back. Alexa Bliss got the biggest pop of the night.
Yeah, I didn't know if you watched the entire of everything, but hands down, nobody else close. Charlotte got okay pop, but Charlotte probably thought she was going to get the biggest pop.
And they had announced Charlotte was coming back already, so it wasn't a surprise.
That did not help. They should have not announced that, and that would have helped the pop a little bit. Because anytime they see somebody they've never seen. And I was amazed at the pop because I'm not an indie guy. I'm not any of these other company guys, hardly at all. I barely watch the shit that's out there. But the pop, who's the TNA guy that got the huge pop?
Oh, Joe Hendry. He's done some work. He's done some work with NXT though. He's kind of already had a little bit of WWE exposure.
Chris good and does some good shit, but he said he got famous making parody videos about the people he'd be wrestling. I've never seen any of those, but he said he got over doing that.
Yeah.
And
the other part is Jordan Grace.
She did a fantastic job. I'd seen a little of her in the past. She did an amazing job. They better be putting some money in the bank for her because that girl is money. That girl is money. 16. Charlotte has 16 as well. Oh my God. I wonder where that number came from. But like I used to tell people, how many times he had that belt? 15 times. Well, that means he's lost it at least 15 times. So he's a loser as far as I'm concerned. He can't hang on to the damn thing. Fuck him. So, or the female. But no, Alexa Bliss, if she was 3 to 4 notches above every other pop any female got. Yeah. Nobody got close to what Alexa Bliss got. I'm shocked she didn't break down crying going to the ring because I was crying for her. I was so happy for her to be away that long and just to get the man. They did, and I kept waiting to see if anybody else was going to get bigger. And I thought if anybody might, it might be Charlotte. And I've heard she was going to be. I think she's pretty advertised on the damn show, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was advertised to be there. Now, I think if Becky Lynch had come back, she would probably have gotten as big a pop.
At least as big, probably. At least as big. But it would have been a horse race.
But yeah, so I'm looking at the last 6 entrants. There was, let's go a little bit back there. So Stephanie Vecchier, who is an NXT girl, but looks really good. She's got a future.
She does look good.
Trish Stratus, there's no way Trish is going to win. Raquel Rodriguez, no way Raquel's going to win. No. Charlotte, Julia, who's doing a big program in NXT. She's kind of a big deal down there.
Yeah.
Nia Jax and Nikki Bella. I mean, no, none of those.
No.
Candice LeRae, Zelina Vega.
And I'm a little surprised because that fella's the one that was married to Cena. And I know how Mr. Cena Sr. feels about Nikki Bella. Not a fan. And I was wondering.
Well, the other one's married to Daniel Bryan, and he's still
married to Daniel Bryan. So I was surprised that the one that was with Cena was also at this show. I thought that might lead for a little uncomfort.
Could be.
But the way the wrestlers have passed their women around with each other, I mean, shit, who cares?
Yeah, she could have been with a dozen girls. So I mean, even before Jordan, I would have loved for Jordan Grace.
I haven't heard his name in a while. What's up with Carmella?
She had the baby. There was some problems. Yeah, there was some problems.
By the way, I'm not the one that impregnated Carmella. There's a lot of talk going around that I might have been involved.
Yeah, well, when the baby was born with tattoos all over their neck, they were sure it was Corey Graves' baby.
Yeah, probably Corey at that point. I was clear. A lot of
the NXT girls got a pretty big pop, right? Every one of them got a big pop.
Which surprised me because I can't tell you. Well, not NXT, TNA. The people that were involved with TNA got
TNA. Jordan Grace was the only TNA girl, and she's even not TNA anymore. She's actually signed with WWE. And then Joe Hendry.
But that guy that got the big pop,
Joe Hendry.
He's with TNA, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Jay.
I'd never heard of the guy. The look wasn't overly impressive. Apparently, he is Irish or not.
It's a gimmick. He's got that where he does this smile thing. It's just a whole, it's a gimmick thing. I was excited. I was really pissed.
This little YouTuber gets the one that Triple H said you're in when they jumped.
I was just going to get to that.
Chris didn't even know who he was. Chris watches a lot of YouTube.
I've heard of him only because he was like involved with
this week when he was on the Pat McAfee show.
Well, I've heard of him. Like, I think he did something with the Netflix Raw or something, and they mentioned him. So I'd heard the name, but I didn't know what he had. Lots of followers, apparently. I was cheering so hard when Braun Breaker broke that guy in half. That was a stiff spear. And then he throws him out.
Bad Chris has, by the way, donated $5 for what did the Royal Rumble get wrong? I guess he wants an actual answer.
No.
Well, Charlotte Flair winning the goddamn thing is about as wrong as you can fucking get, in my opinion. I mean, it's not that I've got a specific person to give it to, other than any fucking body else, other than Nikki Bella.
I mean, you don't give it to Alexa Bliss for the same reason you don't give it to
same
Charlotte.
reason.
It's been gone too long.
Yeah.
I would have I'd have put it on Jordan Grace as a big surprise winner. This is my biggest gripe about the Royal Rumble.
I would argue that over Charlotte.
The Royal Rumble is an opportunity to elevate somebody new.
Yeah.
And they never take that opportunity. Yeah. It's always like, oh, Batista comes back and he's going to win it. And then, so-and-so is there. And then you knew Cody was going to win. Cody was going to win the last 2 years. You knew that going into the match. At least there was a little bit. The thing about Jey winning was that it really was unexpected. He is the most over guy in the company, but everyone thought it was going to be Cena.
Yeah. Including me. Because I didn't see another way to get him into a main event to get him a world title shot. I didn't realize the Chamber was
the Elimination Chamber is the other winner. And I did kind of think that maybe he doesn't win the Rumble.
Somebody told me that the winner of the Elimination Chamber is the world champion, and I don't think that's the case.
No, they get to pick their
shot.
They have had an occasional match where the world championship was up for grabs at the Elimination Chamber, but in the last few years, it's been the second main event after the Royal Rumble winners. The Royal Rumble picks his guy. The Elimination Chamber gets the left.
I don't mean to brag about my connections or anything, but when I saw the 30th, and remember, I watched the Rumble. I saw it the following day.
Yeah.
And the men's Rumble. I watched everything that night late, and then I couldn't take it no more. About 3 a.m, I had to go to bed. And then I watched the men's Rumble. And when I saw number 30 announced, and I was so fucking pissed that it wasn't Randy, I wrote my friend Randy and told him how pissed I was that he wasn't the man. 2 people know what's on the horizons for Randy Orton, because it's like my son said, well, Randy doesn't have to tell you to keep that private. He knows you know better. So there's only 2 people that know what's on the horizons for Randy Orton, and you're looking at them. 2 people Randy hasn't told. And but be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for some interesting stuff with Randy Orton coming up in the next between now and Mania. And I like what I heard. And he wrote me back in 30 seconds. And for the differences that Randy and I have had in the past, we put him aside when he beat the shit out of Ken Doane in a foreign country. And I went up to him. I said, man, I know we've had our differences, but that motherfucker needed his lights knocked out. Oh, Bolin, it's all shit under the bridge. We're good. And that was back at Six Flags, back in probably 06, 07, whenever that happened. And me and Randy been cool ever since, and he has always been cool to me since we got each other's phone numbers and text back and forth. And he told me, he said, Kenny, I'm more of a texter. He said, instead of writing me on Twitter, just text me, and he gave me his number, so that's what I did. And I keep up with him. But that was so nice of him. It was like 11:30 at night to write me back in 30 seconds. And King B, and he did ask me about Danny Davis. So I'm going to try and I found a way for him to get in touch with Danny Davis, because I haven't talked to Danny Davis since 2012. So, but
some people need to learn what clickbait is.
Bolin, can you tell us? Well, go.
So this is bad, Chris.
What? I know it's bad, Chris.
But good, Chris. I'm just saying you need to learn about clickbait. This is what we do on YouTube.
Another word, Billy, are you still with us? Billy, I'm just trying to guide you a little bit. Now, if you want to be mad at me, it's up to you. I mean, tell me to shut the hell up. But Billy, are you still with us? If you are, say so. I'm trying to be nice to you. I was just explaining to you, why what happened to you happened. I mean, don't act like it was our fault. But you made good on it eventually. Took a while, but we got it done. And I'm welcoming you back with good graces here if you can behave yourself and be nice. And if you just wanted to donate your 100 and go away, that's up to you too. I mean, that's your call.
So Rory, if you've got a copy of that picture, or if you can send us a copy of that, I've not seen the poster, but send us that. That's one of my biggest problems with big shows like that. You're advertising them. You want to try to maintain some mystery, right? Look, so-and-so has to qualify for the chamber. Well, if they've already got CM Punk on the poster, and they've got Seth Rollins on the poster, and they've got whoever, that sort of takes a little bit of the
what do you think? What do you think about what they're doing with Seth Rollins? Because it looked like they were wanting to do full blown heel, but they're not quite there yet. And I thought they might pull Sammy over heel too, because he's not really doing.
They might still, although having Kevin Owens attack him last night.
I think they're just kind of feeling how deep and warm the water is right now.
Yeah, the Owens attack was a little bit berserk, because definitely Kevin's still. So what I'm expecting with Seth is that Seth's going to be in a program with Roman Reigns for WrestleMania. Neither one of them are going to be in the title picture, but because I think it's going to be John versus Cody. I think they're setting the seeds for a heel turn for Cody, so that by the time they get to WrestleMania, Cody will be Cody's going to be full-fledged heel, beat the shit out of John, and deny him that world title, which I think he will win at SummerSlam. Right?
What makes you think they want to make Cody heel, and why?
He's starting to act heelish, right? Him standing over Kevin. Here's dead Kevin Owens, and Cody's going, look at that last shot of the Rumble. Cody standing over. That was very heelish. His promo with CM Punk was pretty heelish.
Then again, this motherfucker's been fucking with me and fucking with me and fucking with me.
True. I mean, but so there's the reason that he goes heel, right? He's tired of being fucked with by everybody. Screw it. I'm not going to do it the nice guy anyway. I'm going to do it.
Have we seen Cody as much of a heel? Because I don't remember.
He was heel in like the Stardust days.
Well, yeah,
but it was like stupid heel, right?
Stardust. Many of us are trying to forget those days.
Yeah, and I don't remember much before that if he had done much as a heel, but so I'm expecting that, and then that way you can keep continuing the story. John makes the big successful return at SummerSlam, takes out Cody, wins the title there, and then maybe holds on to it till Survivor Series.
Crank out that $5 like it was nothing, and it was compared to others.
Well,
I thought we very well explained what all they've done wrong in the Rumble. And especially the Charlotte was the biggest drop ball of the whole thing. And they proved that in Cleveland. They just don't give a fuck.
Wasn't a real big fan of the tag match, but you got to fill it with something, right? You got to put something on the show.
A couple of things in there. I wasn't overly excited about it either. Now, in the men's Rumble, where they dropped the ball, the Rumble is made for huge surprises. That's what the Rumble's always been about. The TNA guy, that's your big surprise?
Yeah, AJ Styles' return was kind of
that was nice. That was nice. Welcome back. Well, that was the big surprise that Rory was in the
Rory
Rumble.
But yeah, you look at it. So Mysterio, Penta got a big pop.
Oh, and to have them two start it was a great idea.
Yeah,
the first two Mexicans ever to open up a Royal Rumble. Well, what are the odds of that? You know.
Yeah.
Well,
you look here,
Eddie, and could have been. Was Eddie around for any Rumbles? Probably.
Oh, during the Bullet Club run. Yeah, who cares about New Japan? Nobody watches New Japan, Rory.
Well, there's not a lot.
That's not true, but yeah, I think I've
had it on YouTube TV for years, and I don't think I've watched 30 minutes.
Yeah, the moments I liked the most were when Icy Speed got speared, thrown out. Otis catches him and then throws him onto the table.
As Triple H said in the post show, who the hell's signing up for that?
Yeah. Hey, I want to be a celebrity guy on the not again.
Well, anybody sign up for it again? I don't know. I don't know how that fucker got over, because what I've seen of his videos, I don't know what the fuck everybody's tuning in for.
Yeah,
I have not figured it out.
Jacob Fatu looked impressive. I guess we didn't talk about
Jacob is the. And I'm not going to go like some people come on here and try and label some people as the face of the company that are just an embarrassment to fucking wrestling anymore.
Austin Theory.
Jacob is fucking money.
Yeah.
He's money. That motherfucker can do a lot of cool shit. As bad as I dislike Paul, that motherfucker can do some cool shit.
He can.
He is an excellent.
He draws heat. Oh my gosh.
He's an excellent heel, because I don't like the motherfucker and I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Anytime a heel can make me hate you, and I know what he's doing because I've done it all my life. Many times on my own show, just say, fuck it, I don't give a shit. Y'all like me, I don't care. But no, he does a great job with what he does. One of the funniest things I think was, I thought they might get Pat McAfee in there because he made so much fun of Cole, but he was in it last year and I didn't remember that.
Yeah, he didn't last long. I think he actually went in and eliminated himself.
That is exactly what he did, now that you call it. And then Jerry Lawler got called in one year, and didn't he act like he didn't even know he was getting called in. He's in full crown and jacket and everything. Oh, me. And he jumps up and he takes his jacket off and he's ready to go, takes the crown off, leaps over the top rope. I forget who it was that hit him with a big right hand, and then right back over the top rope. Probably the shortest appearance ever in the Royal Rumble, because Pat McAfee took longer to get out than Lawler did.
Yeah, Santino Marella holds the record for the shortest Rumble.
I don't know how that could fucking be. How's his shorter than Lawler's?
Yeah, I think he got in the ring and the Undertaker threw him right back out or something. It was just immediate.
I'm telling you why I think Lawler's would have been quicker. Because Lawler jumps over the top rope, lands, somebody greets him with a big right hand, and Lawler bumps right back out of the ring. I don't know how it could have been any quicker.
I don't know. Maybe he took longer to fall back down or something.
You know what? Somebody out there, let's find those clips of Lawler doing it and Santino. Somebody put a clock on it and let's see what we got. Because if Santino went out quicker than Lawler, that motherfucker went out quick. But I think I remember them actually giving Santino. Do you have a favorite Joe? Which one is Joe Hendry, the new guy?
That's the TNA guy.
No.
The answer is no. Now, what I wanted them to do, I would have loved for.
Let me make this a better question for you. Do you have a memory of Joe Hendry?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I would have loved for Dolph Ziggler to come out because he's in TNA now, right? Under his real name.
That's good. That's good booking, because that would have been interesting.
Yeah. What are they going to call him? Is he
rather over? Yeah. Dolph did a great job. Former world champ, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Why not? That's better than what a lot we got, and that would have got a good pop. I don't know if it'd been the biggest.
I mean,
it would have been big.
The Miz and the Miz is good for what he does, right? But
what he does,
the Miz doesn't add anything to
the Miz. But
Sheamus doesn't add anything to the Royal Rumble.
Sheamus don't add anything to wrestling.
Carmelo Hayes, Santos Escobar.
Oh my God!
Ludwig Kaiser. I mean,
yeah. There's a lot of slots there that Ziggler would have got a much better response.
Yeah.
So Schmidt, are you $5 more, Schmidt? We're giving
$5 per question for you, Chris.
Don't you ever call him Clickbait Bob again? You don't like that. It irks him.
It's clickbait Robert to you, mister.
Yeah, is what it is.
Well, we've been here an hour and 10 minutes, Kenny.
We have been.
That's almost $1 a minute. We can only stay till 1:15 right now.
Once we hit 1:15, everybody's at fuck it.
Yeah.
That was it. Schmidt with the bonus 5. So 1:15, I think, is where we wrap it up. But we did what, an hour and how long? 17 minutes? 10?
An hour and 10 minutes. So if we stay 5 more minutes, we'll be $1 an hour, $1 a minute.
It'd be $1 a minute. Who out there works for $1 a minute? Well, it is $60 an hour. Some people probably like that job.
Not terrible, right?
So yes, we are going to get Mel Ali's little kids some cake. We're not going to go ape shit nuts. We're going to make sure the kids got some cake. Who else we got on the list? I did a preemptive strike. I think I sent it to you, Bob. My sweet little friend Jamelia. Jamelia needed some money for food and transportation money with her job. And there's somebody that I promised to help with their rent this month to do half of it, but I forgot who it was. So whoever's watching out there that I said we would do half your rent. It was not
Jamaica.
There wasn't Jambi. Oh, Jambi does need help. Bob, let's go 5 more minutes because I want to see if anybody in here.
All right, so we're going 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes. Max Baker in this. I need 35 more seconds.
I need 3 more seconds.
He needed 35. Jambi asked me to help do this. Jambi needs a phone. The phone she had is just gone kaput. We fixed it a couple of times, and the phone just is beyond fixable. Her sister has a pretty good phone, and she needs one to do their schoolwork with her kid and just to have communication and everything. And her sister wanted 3,000 pesos for her phone. I said, honey, that's $60. We just can't do it. I said, we helped you with the water filtering thing. We got you the mattress. We got
you should be able to buy a lot of medicine for 3,000 pesos selling your phone.
Yeah, over. And I said, she comes back. She
I
says,
guess not.
My sister says that if I buy it, she'll sell it to me for 25. I said, honey, that's still $50. It's just we can't do it. So she came back today. My sister really wants me to have this phone. She needs to pay.
Give it to her then.
You don't want her to have that. Yeah, you don't want her to have that fucking bad. But the sister, and this is where we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. The sister needs to pay her kids' school tuition, and they were trying to get a reasonable amount of money on the phone. I ain't gonna blame them for that, but it is for the sister, and we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. They've lowered the phone to 1,500 pesos, so that's right about $30. I'll do 15 of it if we can raise 15 more in the next 5 or 6 minutes. Who wants to help me get Jambi this phone? And I'll make sure she's got the money tonight. And I will give credit for whoever will help me because we got other people we need to help too. But if we can I'll take 15 of my own money and add it to the 15 to whoever would like to help me here. Or maybe it's 3 of you. I don't know. But if we can take 5 or 6 minutes, raise 15 measly dollars to help Jambi get a phone for her and her kid. And it helps pay her sister's tuition. So we help 2 people with 1 small donation. And I would like to think with what some people spend eating out, Chris Schmidt, that $15 is, Chris got a lot of attention in here for $5 for me. I think Chris is good for 10 of that 15. I really do.
Actually.
And I'm not asking Bob to do anything extra tonight because Bob really had to go above and beyond helping. He helped me a little bit with Ruby May. And this wasn't food, but Ruby May is an excellent dancer, very talented dancer. 15 years old, so good at what she does. And she had a chance to tour with her classmates and go to different schools and dance competitions. And she needed her costume, which was 850 pesos, and then a little meal money. So we sent her not much extra money, a little bit extra money for snacks and her costume money. Bob helped me with that. We went halves on that deal. And then Bob took care of Vanessa's issue with that computer screen. But what was the original price to get her that thing? And then we got it down to like 2,500.
Yeah, so
it was like 8,000.
They wanted 8,000 to fix the screen.
Fuck that.
And then the first price that we got for repairing it was, or not for repairing, but getting a.
TC says he'll do $8 of that 15. So if somebody else can do 7 or 8, then I'll do 15. and we get Jambi taken care of on that phone, and that'll be a nice. I don't even know if Jambi's watching the show tonight.
Yeah, I think 5,500 was the first price we got for a monitor.
Yeah. So Vanessa did some work, got the price down to something somewhat reasonable beyond 8,500.
Well,
and TC from the NC did send that $8.
There we go.
So if Ghost, what do you got, Ghost? I know you're good.
Come on, you got $7 more. Bad, Chris.
Yeah, don't be dickless.
Well,
that's right. Help that. Is that true, sir? Yes, sir. He has no dick. That's Ghostbusters for those of you that want. Dan Aykroyd said that about. I think Bill Murray was getting on the mayor or somebody. Well, Dickless here intervened and screwed the whole thing up. Is that true? Yes, sir. It's true. He has no dick. Said that in Ghostbusters. You can say it there. You can say it anywhere. All right. So we got 8
South America.
I'm not asking people that have already donated tonight. Well, other than
Bad Chris. Yeah.
Other than Bad Chris.
And his $5, is that really a donation?
No, for the money Schmidt makes. Rolling in the dough. Well, we're getting there. Come on, Schmidt. I want 5 out of Schmidt. 5 more out of Schmidt, and we're there. Come on, Schmidt.
$2.
Well, there used to be somebody that really loved to do $2 donations on this show. And we get so much done with $2 over here. More than much.
It's like the loaves and fishes that Jesus has. He just multiplies it.
Bolin says, well, nobody wants to show now. You're always begging for money. Yeah, I do. What about it? All right. How much time we got, Bob?
Well, we're at 1:16.
So we got what? 3.5 minutes?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Trying to be nice.
Trying to be nice. So we raised $123. So if we go
$7, then we got $130.
Right.
Get Jamie the phone. And then I got 15 going on top
and then we could get out of here.
On top of what I've already sent out. I sent Jamelia 20 earlier today. $10 through. So I'm already out 30, so I'm going out 45. I don't know these people any better than you do. Well, they're your friend. Well, they're 8,400 miles away from me, just like they are you. We're just trying to help people out.
They call you daddy.
Are we blessed with what Bolin has given us? No. Well, I don't know, Schmidt. I'm waiting to see how blessed we are.
So your procedure went good today?
Yeah, everything went well.
Is there like waiting for some results to get the final go ahead?
No, everything's good. They said that they're going to contact me. Everything. He said no. They were making sure the stomach itself was in good shape. They stick a scope down your throat. I've done it before about 6 years ago.
No obstructions or no.
No, everything was fine. No, they said the only thing is that there was a little bit of slight inflammation in the stomach. They said with you recovering from sepsis, that could contribute to that. Some of the medications you're on, they said if you took a lot of ibuprofen or aspirins or anything, I said no. I said absolutely none.
Aspirin will definitely.
Yeah, they said some of that. I said no, I haven't taken any of that. And he said, well, I'm not. But it's not enough to stop us from it. It's not a big deal. We're not going to worry about it. And so that's good. And so I'm stalling for time here, seeing if anybody's got that last $5.
It's just $5.
Any of the marks that never spoke tonight, any of you guys, any of who wants to be a hero and help Jambi get her phone? Randy Satterley with a $7 donation on top of the 15 he's already donated. Randy Satterley. Well, then Randy says, fuck Chris Schmidt, that tightwad little bitch. I'll do it. Oh, that hurt. That hurt, Schmidt. That one hurt.
Are you going to let him talk about you that way, Chris? Come on.
Send the 5 anyway, or I'm going to beat his ass next time. He wrote a lot in his donation.
Yeah.
Tell him I'm going to beat his ass next time. Randy's a big, tough guy. You don't want to fuck with Randy. Randy the Macho Man Satterley, they call him. Only he never had an interest in Stephanie McMahon when she was 17. Had to get that shit in, didn't I? So, no glitches tonight, Bob.
No, cameras look pretty good.
No glitches. Well, this is studio lighting. Let me show you something else here before we go. We're on studio lighting, and it's a little different. I don't know exactly what it does. It's an option. That's no studio lighting. So, in your opinion, what is studio lighting doing?
It's changing the color balance.
Background. A color balance thing.
It's a color balance.
Give me the full screen, and I'll do it again so we can see more.
Right, so let's do.
Or you take the little box or whatever. And
there you go.
All right, so here we go. So we're on studio. That's no studio. Yeah, it kind of features the lighting. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, it's more of a color balance. It takes a lot of the red out because, look at the Bowling Club banner in the back. How blue that looks now.
Oh yeah,
and then
look what it does to my poster.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
It kind of bleaches that out a little bit.
But that's no studio lighting.
Yeah.
And then pretty wild.
Yeah, it does bring it's either lowering the red or it's bringing the blue up more. So
we did. I'm going to go through the emotions again, being as we did those on small screen. That's confetti. It's been a dreary day. Oh, matter of fact, thunderstorms are coming tomorrow.
That looks like your porch scene the other day.
It
or
did.
My porch scene.
Love for the Filipinos and Jambi and Jerry Satterley and Good Chris. It's hard to work with me love for Beck. I think Bad Chris could have done a little more for all the questions he asked, and then he accused us of clickbaiting. Who thinks we should block Chris Schmidt forever? I got a thumbs up on that. Billy Sellers. Billy, you never said another word. Maybe Billy thought it was more. And there's our balloons. I like the balloons. Oh, look at that, even in the back. I like the balloons.
Nice little celebration.
Rory came in tonight. We gave her fireworks.
Right now, I like how what's this now? The fireworks crumble down there at the very end.
Yeah, that's very good. And then we got the laser. I don't know why it lasers in front of me, but that's kind of cool. And then back to the confetti. And I think that's all there is. That's all I see. Oh, let me try this background thing, and I'll show you what it does. Or will I? It did it a little while ago. Oh, in fact, we'll do backgrounds another day. It's the same shit me and Bob always do, so it ain't that big a deal.
Yeah.
Now, how do I get rid of this? So, that didn't do it. That didn't do it. Oh, okay. Now I see what I got to do. No, that didn't do it. No, here we go. Did that get rid of it? No. There we go. Got rid of it. Yeah, there's basically a that camera that we see on an iPhone, that green background camera.
Oh,
well, it's up here at the top of the screen next to everything. And I finally found Bluetooth, where I could Bluetooth in my creative Bluetooth speakers. My son told me that my AirPods, would have probably been good for the show tonight, because he said you just hold them by the machine.
And it pairs automatically.
Yeah, these would probably work better than ever. So I might use these the next time, because I've been doing some of my hotel calls with these, and it does pretty good. Well, and thank you, TC. You and Mr. Satterley teamed up for the remaining $15, and like I said, I'll do 15 on top of that. And we got some money to help everybody else out. I'm just trying to remember. I'm sure once I look at my emails, I'll see who else needing help. We did a preemptive strike on Jamelia. We did a preemptive strike on Eunice a few times this week. $9 for fucking paper. And
you have to buy your paper to take a test. That is so insane.
Can't take a test without your paper. Get your paper right. I can sell paper.
So you have to answer all the questions, but you can't read them because you didn't pay for your test.
For all you Filipinos that have been bitching and whining and moaning about how long and thick my hair is, well, better days are coming. I'm hoping within the next few days. Because I agree, it's getting thick and it's getting long and it's getting to be a pain in the ass to deal with. And there's only so much work the brush can do. Why didn't you just say you weren't going to do the other phone? Well, all right. Bob, I saw his interview today on the Pat McAfee show. Now, he wasn't on Pat McAfee, but they played a segment where they interviewed, I guess, the owner, one of the co-owners of the Lakers, and they told him, they said, well, do you think you got ran out of there because you're a big fat white boy and you won't get in shape? And they almost put it to him that way. Do you think it's because of your shape, your appetite? You won't get in shape.
Your conditioning.
Your conditioning, yeah. So, when's his first game with the Lakers? Because I am going to watch that game.
Should be coming up in the next day or so.
Yeah, that one's got my attention. I will watch that game.
The big game that I'm not going to watch any more Mavericks games. When the Lakers come back to Dallas, oh my God!
You give me a date on that one, I'll mark out on my fucking calendar.
Lakers versus Mavericks.
I heard to ask Mark Cuban what he had to do with this, because he said he would divorce his wife before he would trade. What's his name? How do you pronounce it?
Luka.
He said he was so. Mark might be filing for divorce tonight, right along with Charlotte Flair. I don't know.
Dallas goes to LA on February 25th. LA comes to Dallas on April 9th.
Oh, so we still got 2 games with them.
Yeah.
2 or 3?
Yeah.
All right.
2 games.
Hey, we haven't even had the All-Star game yet.
Wednesday, April 9th. I need to see how much those tickets cost.
Well, they're not going to be cheap. You know that already. But number one, those games are already sold out.
Yeah.
And,
right. But Cuban, you can give me some tickets.
I do know him. I haven't had the nerve to ask him what play he had in this, if any.
Oh, none. In fact, when someone sent a tweet to Mark about, I'm confused about this, and he's like, that makes 2 of us.
Oh, okay. Because I hadn't heard any response out of him at all as of yet. And I had him in my email inbox today, and I'm thinking, don't know if I want to poke the bear yet or not.
Oh, I mean, he has nothing to do with it because he sold the controlling interest in the team.
He sold the majority.
Yeah. He owns a little bit still, but he doesn't have a control. He doesn't have a say in the basketball operations anymore.
Yeah.
And the thing I saw earlier today was the Mavericks are stunned by the amount of
and just one of the best fucking pure shooters ever.
And that the Mavericks are stunned at the blowback they've gotten from the fans.
Oh, really?
I'm like, really? Then you're stupid.
How old's Anthony Davis? Because he's been around a long time. Well, you've already said
Canada tell us. Yeah, 31, 32.
All you got to do is say 30, and you've said, well, that ain't 25, is it?
Right. Well, I mean, they call him, what did Barkley call him? Street Clothes Davis?
Street Clothes Davis. I didn't hear that one, but it's pretty accurate. And now, has Luka been hurt?
He's got a strained calf right now.
Okay, I thought I heard that he had been hurt a little bit. I'm done watching the show. Oh, okay. Well, that's up to you, man. Thank you for making good on your thing. And if you're done, that's up to you. I guess there's no need for you to be here anymore. And we appreciate your time. And just to take away your temptation, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
You really are done.
Congratulations to Billy Sellers. He paid the debt that he owed a month late. Sorry you feel that way, Billy. But number one, you don't come in here aggressive with me when you're the one that was at fault. You made me spend $100 that I didn't have.
It's a lie.
Because you couldn't tell me the truth, and you told 3 lies before we got the fucking truth out of you. And you come in here and try and talk shit with me, and then you come in here, I'm done with this show. Well, apparently not. You came back again, and you also came back on another show I did recently and got in on their feed. So, no, apparently you're not done. And I doubt you're done now. So, whenever you grow up and become an adult and want to apologize like a fucking man, I will hear you out. I don't think anyone else on this show will. But I will hear you out if you want to apologize like a fucking man. But if you want to be a little bitch because you fall in love with every pretty face you see that you know ain't fucking real, how many times do you got to get burned with a torch before you realize the fucking torch is hot? And it burned. Well, $100 was a big deal to you. How big a deal was $300 for a girl that we told you didn't fucking exist and showed you 42 different fucking websites, an OnlyFans page, and that she was also doing shit down in Australia? You know, so don't get mad at me because you did stupid shit. We welcomed you back with I welcomed you back with I can't use we because I ain't got a mouse in my pocket. I welcomed you back with open arms. Others did not want you back because of how you acted and lying to us. And that's why most of those other dumb fucks are gone that we got rid of. Lying, being a fucking racist, and just being a dumb fuck. So, now you're done with the show, or at least you're done participating. And with that, Bob, I said good day.
And
Thanks,
I
everybody.
said